Okay students, good morning all of you. So let's see the continuity of 13th group elements, general characteristics of 13th group. Okay, so in that we are going to discuss about some important points here. All 13th group compound should be covalent in nature. So reason, small size of ions, high charge, sum of first three ionization energy is high, that is delta H1 plus delta H2 plus delta H3, very high. So these are the reason for getting covalent nature. Okay, so remember this, why 13th group compounds are in covalent nature means their small size and high charge on the ions, and sum of the first three ionization energy is very high, and delta H1, delta H2, delta H3, sum of the first three ionization energy is very high, this value. Okay, is it clear ma, all of you? And boron mostly exhibit +3 oxidation. Okay, +3 oxidation boron, sum of first three ionization energy of boron is very high. It has little tendency to show +3 oxidation state. Firstly, it shows covalent nature. Example for trivalent state of boron, aluminium, boron trichloride, where it exhibits +3 oxidation state. Trivalent means +3. Boron trifluoride, where it exhibits +3 oxidation state, and aluminium trichloride. Okay, boron trifluoride and AlCl3 are called Lewis acids because these are electron deficient compounds. electron deficient compounds. These are electron deficient compounds. They need 2 electron to get octet and stable. Okay. Therefore, Lewis acid means electron pair acceptor. So these are all electron pair acceptors. So called as Lewis acids. Okay, is it clear? Some anhydrous means without water condition is called as anhydrous. That means dry condition. Anhydrous AlCl3 and gallium trichloride called as covalent compounds. Which compounds? Covalent compounds. Is it clear? Anhydrous means without water. Okay. So such compounds are also called as covalent compound, anhydrous, in the condition of anhydrous. Okay. So now in aqueous medium, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium as metal ions act as metal ions means positive charges in aqueous medium. So they are ionic in nature. Metallic nature means that is clearly ionic nature. Is it clear? So in the aqueous medium, that means in the presence of water, if you keep AlCl3, they show ionic nature. Not in covalent nature. Suppose hydrated AlCl3 and hydrated gallium trichloride shows ionic character, not covalent, ionic character in aqueous medium. Is it clear? In aqueous medium. That's why this Al trichloride gives Al plus 3 ion in water. Okay, so now it gives ion, aqueous medium, act as ionic compound. That's why when we dissolved in water, it form a complex ion. That complex ion is AlH2O6 whole power plus 3. This is the complex ion. What we call it is complex ion. In acidic medium in water. Nature of the compound is ionic nature, not covalent. Remember this. Hybridization of this compound is sp3d2. Okay, clear? This compound, why it consists of water, 6 moles of water is there, so it is ionic in nature. Okay, in the form of complex. Remember this. Okay. Note down here in H plus acid. H plus means acid H2SO4, H1O3, HCl, like that. Is it clear, all of you? So we can represent this MH2O 6 plus 3 simply, where M is aluminium. M is aluminium, is stable and ionic. Why? Because where aluminium exhibit which charge? Where aluminium having plus 3. Aluminium having plus 3. Plus 3 is the stable condition for aluminium. So aluminium in plus 3, that is stable. Okay? Stable, remember this. Is it clear up to all of you? But the stability is decreases from top to bottom in group. Why? Because from top to bottom, boron plus 3, aluminum plus 3, gallium, indium and thallium source plus 1, am I right? Plus 1. Next, the stability of MH2O6 plus 3 decrease from top to bottom in the group. That means in the 13th group, what is the order? 13th group, first one boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium. Am I right? So from top to bottom means this is called group. This order is called as group. What we call it is, this column is called as group. So it exhibit plus 3, most it exhibit plus 3, from this it exhibit plus 1, it exhibit plus 1, it exhibit plus 1. Okay? So plus 3 mostly prefer to covalent nature, am I right? Covalent nature. Okay? So now the stable condition means it is stable, already we discussed now, stable. Plus 3, aluminum plus 3 is stable. So now these conditions are stable, am I right? So now these conditions are stable. Why? Because plus 3, they exhibit plus 3, am I right? They exhibit plus 3. Is it clear, all of you? So up to here plus 3 in water is stable. But here it is plus 1, am I right? So stability is decreases. These are not source plus 3 oxidation, am I right? So stability decreases from top to bottom. Why? Because here inert pair effect is there. Inert pair effect. What is inert pair effect? If we consider gallium, general electronic configuration of these 13th group elements NS2 NP1, am I right? NS2 NP1. So from gallium to thallium, these electrons unwilling to participate in the chemical reaction, that is called inert pair effect. So which electron only participate? This p electron only, that is one electron. So these exhibit only plus 1. So it can able to lose only one electron. These electrons not participate in the chemical reaction, NS2 electrons. Okay, these NS electrons not willing to participate in chemical reaction. That effect is called inert pair effect. But in water, what is the stable oxygen state? +3, 13th group. Okay. So from top to bottom, the stability is decreases. Why? Because these are exhibit +1. Why? Because inert pair effect. Inert pair effect. These electrons are unwilling to participate in the chemical reaction. So which electron only participate in the chemical reaction? This one only. Okay. Is it clear, all of you? Everyone? That effect is called as inert pair effect. The reluctance of participation of NS pair of electron in the chemical bond is called as inert pair effect. Okay. So let's come to about in trivalent state. So thallium +1 is most stable oxidation state. Then +3. Okay, remember this point. Thallium 1 is the most stable oxidation state. Okay, and due to inert pair effect, due to inert pair effect. Is it clear, ma? So now I would like to discuss about Lewis acids. Lewis acids here. Lewis acid means in trivalent state, in +3 state, that is trivalent state. So what about that one? Give me some example for Lewis acid. Boron trichloride and aluminium trichlorides are Lewis acids. Lewis acids, am I right? Lewis acid. Now I would like to discuss about this one. Okay. So let us take BCl. The structure of BCl3 is 3 like this. Now it is planar structure, trigonal planar, geometry or shape, trigonal planar, structure or geometry of the molecule, shape of the molecule, trigonal planar. The bond angle here 120 degrees and the hybridization is sp2 hybridization. Which hybridization? The central atom, sp2 hybridization. sp2 hybridization. Is it clear, all of you? sp2 hybridization. Now, if you observe clearly here, a bond means 2 electrons. How many electrons? 2 electrons. Now, how many electrons at boron? How many electrons at boron now here? 2, 6 electrons only. 3 to just 6 electrons only. For getting stability, it need 8 electrons. Okay, now is it electron deficient compound or not? Electron deficient compound. Okay, so now here boron is the central atom. Boron is the central atom. So it consists only 6 electrons. To get stability, it need 2 more electrons. So to get octet means 8 electrons. Okay, that condition is stable. So boron trichloride need pair of electron, that means 2 electrons, pair of electrons. So it can able to accept 2 electrons from another atom. So boron trichloride is an Lewis acid. Let's see that with example. This is boron trichloride interact with ammonia. It has 1 lone pair of electrons. What we call it is lone pair, means these 2 electrons are unwilling to participate in the chemical reaction. That means not involved in the chemical reaction in ammonia. Okay, they exist as lonely. So now it gives these 2 electrons donate to this boron. Okay, then what is the structure? BCl3 ammonia donate 2 electrons to boron, so we can represent like this. Okay. Now it donate the electrons means it is Lewis base. NH3 is Lewis base. Electron donor is called as Lewis base. Electron pair acceptor is called as Lewis acid. Is it clear, ma? Electron donor is called as Lewis base. Ammonia donate the 2 electrons to boron trichloride. So ammonia is a Lewis base, where BCl3 is a Lewis acid. Why it accept the 2 electron pairs to get octet? Am I right? Clear? So now here it is tetrahedral structure. This arrangement is tetrahedral structure. Let's see this how it is. This is boron, this is chlorine, and this one is ammonia. This one is ammonia. What is the shape? This tetrahedral shape. Tetrahedral shape. Okay, now this molecule is stable. This molecule is stable. Is it clear, all of you? Stable condition. Okay. So if it is, so what is the oxygen state here? +3, am I right? In this case, if the compound process +3, they are good Lewis acids. Okay. Let's see. In +3, 13th group elements compounds are good Lewis acid. But from top to bottom, Lewis acidity decreases because gallium, indium and thallium shows +1 oxidation state. Okay, +1 oxidation state due to inert pair effect. Okay, so if the compound gave more electrons, 2 electrons, that is good Lewis acid. But here thallium +1, suppose thallium +1, how many electrons it can able to gain? 1 electron over here. Why it has 1 electron deficiency. +1 means 1 electrons it need. Okay, 1 electron it need. So if it gained 2 electrons, that is good Lewis acid. Okay, so in Al +3 it easily gained 2 electrons, it is good Lewis acid. But in thallium +1 it exhibit, so it need only 1 electron. If more electrons gain, it is good Lewis acid. Okay, so here it need only 1 electron, so it is not a good Lewis acid. Remember this. So Lewis acidity is decreases from top to bottom because these are exhibit +1 oxidation state due to inert pair effect. Okay, clear, all of you? So listen, electronegativity is also one of the reason for show the covalent nature. Electronegative, En means electronegative, is one of the factor to show covalent nature or covalent nature of 13th group elements. 13th group elements. So these have high electronegatives, Okay, high electronegatives. Remember this. These have high electronegative. So when 13th group elements bonded with another atoms, then their electronegative difference is not large. Okay, so that means suppose this is A, B, this is 13th group, this is another element. Suppose its electron negativity 2.5, its electron negativity is 2.5. Now difference is almost all 0. Difference, electronegative difference. This is 13th group, so this is another group. This is 13th group, suppose 13th group element A, boron, aluminum. This is another element. Okay. Now electronegativity 2.5 and its electronegativity 2.5 nearly. Now what is the difference? Almost all 0. In this case, this bond is called as covalent nature. High electronegativity of 13th group is also one of the reason for shows the 13th group covalent nature. Then go for in aqueous medium, that is in presence of water, AlCl3 act as ionic compound due to formation of complex with water. Am I right? What is that compound? Al H2O taken 6 plus 3. Okay. Oxidation state is plus 3 for aluminum. Oxidation state for aluminum is plus 3. Okay, remember this here. So now it is ionic, not covalent, ionic nature. So this is also ionic nature when dissolved in water. Why? What is the reason? In anhydrous it is covalent. When we dissolve it in water in an acidic medium it is ionic in nature. Now what is the reason? That is hydration energy of AlCl3 in aqueous medium is more than ionization. IE means ionization or ionization potential, ionization energy, more than ionization energy. What is hydration energy? For example, for AlCl3, its hydration energy is greater than AlCl3 ionization energy. So that means it is nearly 5808 kilojoule per mole hydration energy. Here for ionization energy is 5137 kilojoule per mole. So hydration energy is more than ionization energy, then they are well soluble in water, they are ionic in nature. Now what is hydration energy here? Hydration energy means for example, this is NaCl, it gives Na plus and Cl minus which is in gaseous state. Now we are wet with water. Add water. Add water. In water it is gaseous state. In water it becomes as aqueous state. It is as aqueous state. That means ionic nature. Which nature? Ionic nature. That means it is 1 mole, am I right? This is 1 means 1 mole of NaCl, 1 mole of Na plus 1 mole of Cl minus. Okay? So, the definition for hydration, and this is called hydration, adding of water, then it converted as aqueous, then it becomes ionic in nature. Remember this. Is it clear? Hydration energy means amount of energy released, when water interact with 1 mole of ion, either it is positive ion, negative ion. Suppose this water interact with 1 mole of ion, some quantity of energy is released. Result, H2O interact with 1 mole of ion. 1 mole of ions mean Na plus Cl minus. 1 mole of, if it is interact with 1 mole of Na plus, some quantity of energy is released. That energy is called as hydration energy is here. Hydration energy. Let's see how it is. That energy is more for aluminum trichloride when dissolved in water. So it exhibits as ionic in nature. For example, Na plus. So water, this is water, am I right? Dissolved in water, am I right? So now in the beaker, water molecules are there. Water means H2O. Is it clear, all of you? This is positive, this is negative, am I right? This is negative. Oxygen has more electronegative. This is positive. Now what happened? Interactions are there or not? Interactions are possible. So here, energy released in this case. Energy released. That energy is called hydration energy. Hydration energy. For aluminum it is 5808. It is more than ionization energy. Okay? Is it clear? Then it becomes aqueous, am I right? When dissolved in water it becomes aqueous. Okay? That means ionic in nature. Which nature? Ionic in nature. Remember this point. Ionic nature. Is it clear, ma? So one of the factors, small size of ion. Let's write the question. Which of the following factors causes for covalency of thirteenth group compounds? 13th group compounds. Option A, small ionic size. Option B, large charge on ions. Then first A and second A group elements. First A, second A group means alkali metals, alkali earth metal. First A means alkali metals. Example: lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. These are all exhibit +1, mostly +1. Okay, mostly plus 1. So these are called as alkali earth metals. Alkali earth metals. Example: beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. This is SR. Strontium, strontium, strontium. These are alkali earth metals. These generally exhibit plus 2 charge. What is that? Plus 2. Okay, but 13th group exhibit plus 3 also. Am I right? That means charge is high or not? High. That is the reason. Next, third one is sum of first 3 ionization. Sum of first 3 ionization energy is high for 13th group. For 13th group, option 4, high electronegative values of 13th group. Of 13th group. Which one is correct one? Option 5 all. So option 5 is the correct. These are all the factors for causes of covalency of 13th group. So which option? 5. All are correct. Okay. Remember this. Is it clear, students, all of you? Are you following or not? Okay. So aluminum when dissolved in water, what happened? It is in aqueous and it becomes acidic in nature. Is it clear? Then go for chemical reactions. Chemical reactions of 13th group. 13th group. Let's see. Okay. First, reaction with air. Reaction with air. Air means air consists O2 and also mostly N2 also. Am I right? Clear? In that, boron is a non-metal, am I right? Or semi-metal. Okay? Pure boron or crystalline boron less reactive or not reactive with air, but impure boron or finely divided. We call it is finely divided, means like a species. Finely divided boron can react with air. Okay. Aluminum can react with air, and thallium can also react with air. Gallium and indium not affected by air. Let's see the corresponding equation. Okay. Now this is the boron when treated with oxygen. Boron treated with oxygen. Now it gives B2O3, boric anhydride, boric anhydride, okay, B2O3. Balance this equation. So here keep 2, 2 3 is 6 oxygens, here it is 3, B2O3, okay, here 2 2 is 4, that means 4 borons, okay. So heating, that delta symbol means heating, okay. Then go for aluminium. Aluminium can also interact with A. So what it gives? Al2O3, aluminum trioxide or alumina, okay. So now it is also 2, this is 3 and this is 4, okay. Alumina it gives at low temperature. These both are at low temperature only, Now at high temperature, aluminium and boron form nitrides. That means reacts with nitrogen in air. Okay, let's see. At high temperature, these two are interact with nitrogen in air. Here it is interact with oxygen. Now this is boron treated with nitrogen at high temperature. At high temperature, they form boron nitrides. Boron nitride. What it is? Boron nitride. Is it clear, all of you? Boron nitride. Okay, clear? So now it is 2 moles of boron. Here 2 nitrogens. Keep 2 here. Boron nitride. Is it clear? So same manner, aluminum can also interact with nitrogen at high temperature. So it is also gives 2 moles of aluminium nitride. So balance this one. Aluminium nitride. Okay, is it clear? So at high temperature they form nitrides. Okay, at low temperature they interact with oxygen, formed oxides. What we call it is oxides. Okay, oxides. These are nitrides. These both are nitrides. Now my question is aluminium with nitrogen at high temperature. At high temperature, what is the compound? This is suppose X. Now what is X? Option A, nitrides. Option B, oxide. Option C, Al, option D, A and C. Which one is correct one? At high temperature they form nitrides, am I right? Correct. What is that nitrate here? A, aluminum nitride, am I right? Both are correct. A and C. Is it clear? Now which one is correct one? Option D is correct one. A and C. Is it clear, all of you? Everyone? And thallium, come to thallium. Thallium react with O2, it forms thallium oxide. Okay, so now this thallium oxide this thallium oxide is a protective oxide layer on the surface of thallium metal. So what is that use here? It prevents the further reaction with O2. Let's see what is that meaning. This is thallium rod. This is thallium metal rod. Okay. This is thallium metal rod. Okay. Now it is interact with oxygen. So it forms thallium oxide on the surface. Thallium oxide on the surface as a layer. The thallium oxide as a layer on the surface of thallium. Okay. This act as a protective oxide layer. That means this thallium unable to interact with oxygen furtherly. So this is thallium metallic rod. Okay. Now it interact with oxygen. On its surface it forms thallium oxide. Okay. So this oxide is a protective layer. That means it prevents the further reaction with oxygen and thallium. Okay. This is the layer. It prevents the further oxidation with or reaction with oxygen and this metal. Now this blue color is thallium oxide is formed when oxygen interact with this thallium. Layer is formed. So it is a protective oxide layer. So now what is the main role of this oxide layer here? Now this oxygen further unable to react with this thallium. Why? Because it makes some layer on the surface as thallium oxide. Okay, that is called as protective oxide layer. Is it clear, all of you? Write down. Thallium oxide is a protective oxide layer. Okay. Okay students, we will again meet on tomorrow. Have a nice day.